Hey everyone, it's Average Joe PC, and today we're going to walk through how to back up your Xbox 360 games just in case you have a hard drive failure on your console. God forbid this happens, because at the time of making this, the Xbox 360 online store is shut down. So what we have is what we have, and we certainly don't want to lose it to something like a drive failure. Alright, so first things first, we're going to want to grab a thumb drive or an external drive, and keep in mind that we are going to be formatting this drive, so make sure you get any important data off of it before we start this. So, connect your drive to your computer, and it may or may not pop up with a window full of its contents depending on your settings. If you don't see it, go ahead and open File Explorer and select this PC on the left hand side. Now this should give you a view of all drives connected to your PC. Now, find the drive you just connected, because this next step will erase anything on it. Once you've identified the correct drive, right-click and select Format, and then a little window should open. Now in that window, you're going to want to double check the capacity to make sure it's the right one. You're also going to want to make sure the file system drop-down is set to FAT32. You can label it here if you want, but it will only show up on Windows machines, not on your console. Go ahead and press Start, and in a varying amount of time, depending on how big the drive is, it should give you a Format Complete message. Keep in mind, you can also do this on the console itself, but I'm going through it this way assuming there may be data you want to save from the drive. So now we're going to go over to our 360. So we're going to go through two different ways of getting games onto this drive. And the first one is we're going to copy a game that's already installed. Now hit those bumpers and tab over to the settings, and from there we're going to go to System, Storage, select your hard drive where the game is currently located, select Games and Apps, and go to the game you intend to transfer. We're going to transfer Peggle 2 to demonstrate an existing install backup and a live arcade game backup at the same time, and then we'll install one straight to the drive from disk. Now keep in mind, backing up already downloaded DLC is the same as what we're doing now, so rinse and repeat for all games and DLC already on your system. Now hit Y for Game Options, and it's going to give the options to copy, move, or delete. I recommend copy, that way it's still on your system, but you will also have a backup. This might take a while depending on how big the game is, so be patient. Alright, so now that that's done, we're going to install one directly to the drive from a disk. So we put a disk in the drive, and wait for it to recognize it, and then we hit X for game details. And we take it over to install, and select our backup drive when prompted for an install location. We wait for it to finish, and there we go. We have an arcade game and a disk-based game backed up digitally. Now back over at our PC, we're going to plug in that drive to get its contents transferred over. If you don't see any folders, make sure Hidden Items is checked in the View section of your window. Now I've created an Xbox 360 folder in my Documents folder for our files today, but you can drop them wherever you want on yours. Alright, so now that they're on our system, we want to find out which game is which. So I'm going to copy the game ID from the first game and go to XboxDB, for which I'll leave a link in the description. And once we get there, we're going to paste our first ID into the search bar and hit enter. And there it comes up, LEGO Star Wars. And now we're going to go back to our folder and add the name to the game ID. And I leave the game ID there just in case I may need it later on down the line. Now we're going to do the same with the other game we copied. And there it comes up, Peggle 2. Then we edit the folder name. Now we're going to download the software to convert at least the disk-based games we have into an ISO format, because I just like having one file for a game if possible, and it just seems cleaner that way. So we're downloading GOD to ISO from GitHub, and I'll leave a link in the description for this as well. Now that it's downloaded, we'll extract the files, then we'll go in and open up the program. Now that it's open, we're going to click the Add button and navigate to wherever we dropped our files earlier. Then we're going to go into our game folder, and that 04000 folder is going to be where we need to go. If there's a folder with a bunch of zeros and a 2, don't fret, that's just the folder for your DLC. But once you're in the 04000 folder, there's going to be a folder and a file, and we want to select that file. After that, go to Browse and select our target folder, and I'm going to put it in that Xbox 360 folder I created. Hit Go and let it do its thing. Now times will vary based on your system, but it shouldn't take too long. And once it's done, we're going to go back to the folder and rename it our proper game name. Now it would be nice if we could do this for our live arcade games, but it doesn't work as they are in a different format, but they're backed up digitally nonetheless. If this video was helpful, give it a like and hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. If there's a video you'd like to see, leave a request in the comments and I'll do my best to get to it. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch link in the description box.